Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars, and let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 1 day time frame for Bitcoin, because right now Bitcoin is trading inside this critical level of support, sitting from 103k all the way down to 101.5k. Now, before I continue with this analysis, guys, nothing in this video is going to be my personal opinion. I will only be sharing the objective technical analysis and nothing more. Now, if we were to trade below 101.5k, the next area of support below that is sitting from 100k all the way down to 98,000. Notice as well that we are perfectly rejecting from this big area of resistance from 105 all the way up to 107k. If we look at this 2-day time frame, it is very clear that we are still in a downtrend at the moment on this higher time frame. Even on this 1-day time frame, nothing has changed. We are still bearish biased until we actually get candle closes above 115.5k. Until then, as you can see right here, everything is basically just lower lows and lower highs. This is a bearish structure that we are in at the moment, but you can also simply visualize this with a descending trend line like this. The only bullish signal that is left here is on the 12-hour time frame, where we do have a bullish divergence, which is when you have lower lows in the Bitcoin price and higher lows in the RSI momentum indicator. Typically, this points towards us getting a break from all of this bearish price action, either in the form of some choppy sideways price action or potentially some bullish momentum. Now, so far, ever since confirming this bullish divergence, we have indeed seen a break from all of this bearish price action. However, if we now get candle closes below 100.3k, then that completely opens the door to more bearish price action once again. So definitely see that as a warning signal in the case that you see this happen. Moving on to the 4-hour time frame then. Recently, we spotted this reversal signal in the form of a bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame in combination with this falling wedge pattern. And this ended up hitting the price target perfectly and also led to a very nice win for me personally, because I was 50x long on that move, getting a near 300% profit on that trade. I share a bunch of trades and stuff like this on Twitter, so you can follow me at the road to 1 mil. And just to be very clear, the higher time frames are still in a bearish trend. They are still pointing towards the downside. And even on these lower time frames, there are simply some warning signals showing up. Like, for example, these bullish signals playing out, price targets being hit, and still facing resistance here. Besides that, on this 4-hour time frame, you can also see a bearish divergence. Now, this is actually an exaggerated bearish divergence because we have horizontal highs in the Bitcoin price and we have lower highs in the RSI momentum indicator. This is what we call an exaggerated bearish divergence. So this is of course the opposite of a bullish divergence, simply pointing towards us getting a break from this bullish price action that we saw here over the last couple days. So once again, this is also a warning signal showing up on the lower time frames. Moving on to the Bitcoin ETF flow tables. Yesterday we basically saw a neutral inflow here. So $1 million flowing into the Bitcoin ETFs. This is just completely neutral as far as these Bitcoin ETFs go. However, the upside is that it wasn't a major outflow like we have seen over the last week or two, although for now there isn't really a trend or something to be spotted here. Moving on to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, and right here on this 3-day time frame, you can see that we have already started taking out a bunch of liquidity here. In the case you don't know, typically the Bitcoin price gets attracted to where there is the most liquidity on this chart. So right now we have a lot of liquidity around this 102k level. But in terms of liquidity to the upside, there is also liquidity at 104.4k and even liquidity as high as 107.5k. Now you can see that split here as well on the 2-week time frame. There's liquidity on both sides. We're on the lower time frames, which I'm still counting this as a lower time frame in comparison to what I'm about to show you right after this one. Like the lower time frames here, there is more liquidity to the upside, for example, around 112k. But if I zoom out all the way to the 1-year time frame, this is actually giving a bit of a different picture, because if I just zoom in, notice how, yes, we have liquidity around 126k and there is liquidity around 110k as well. 117k even, but notice how there's also a bunch of liquidity to the downside around this 98k level and even 93k. And I do believe this to be noteworthy because we are still in a bearish structure for now, meaning that for now we are technically just slowly getting attracted towards these levels. Once again, 98k and even 93k. As I've stated over and over again, the thing that would actually change my mind on the broader trend for Bitcoin would first of all be a break of this descending trend line, which currently is sitting at about 109k in the Bitcoin price. And besides that, if we start seeing candle closes above 115.5k. So this has been today's market update. Make sure to come join me on Blofin, guys. I actually have a huge $3,000 deposit bonus that you guys can claim on there. So I will leave a link to this in the pinned comment below this video. All you have to do is create a new account using that link. And from there, if you make a deposit on that account, then you will get up to 15% cashback on your deposit. And besides that, you also get 15% cashback on all your trading fees. And this is forever as well. So not only do you get a 15% cashback, you also get a permanent 15% discount on all your trading fees. So if you're interested in that, I highly recommend you guys go check it out and read all these rules down at the bottom right here. Either way, if you do end up doing that or not, thank you for watching once again. And I will see you tomorrow in the next one.